The Focke-Wulf Fw 190 A-8 was a famous German fighter aircraft in 1944, designed by the Nazi Germany company Focke-Wulf Flugzeugbau AG. The chief designer of this aircraft was Kurt Tank, a skilled German aeronautical engineer who designed several powerful aircraft during World War II. The Fw-190A-8 was used in World War II, especially during 1944, on both the Western Front and the Eastern Front, where it played an important role in defending against Allied bombers such as the B-17 and B-24, as well as in ground attack missions. The aircraft was powered by a BMW 801 radial engine and was armed with four 20mm cannons and two 13mm machine guns, making it one of the most powerful fighter aircraft of its time. The glossy red version was usually not an original combat paint scheme, but a special restoration for museums or airshows. During actual combat, the Fw-190 was mostly painted in gray and green camouflage. This aircraft was well known for its speed, firepower, and durability, and proved to be a key fighter for the German Air Force in 1944. The abandoned Glossy Red Focke-Wulf Fw 190 A-8 1944 sat silently in the overgrown junkyard, its once proud fuselage marked by rust, peeling paint, and years of neglect. The sunlight barely touched the dulled metal, casting soft shadows across the aircraft's weathered wings. Kurt Waldemar Tank, the engineer overseeing the restoration, surveyed the plane with a meticulous eye, while 5 dedicated workers approached, ready to begin the slow process of returning this legendary fighter to its former glory. The workshop around them was filled with the subtle glint of metal tools, spray machines, and benches, the ambient soft fog lighting giving the scene a calm, ASMR-ready tone. Every detail mattered: the creaking of the old landing gear, the faint echo of footsteps on the dusty ground, and the quiet anticipation that surrounded the arrival of the plane. With careful precision, the team began inspecting every inch of the Fw-190. Rust spots along the fuselage were brushed and treated, the cracked canopy was tapped and examined, and the cockpit dashboard, coated in dust, was slowly wiped clean by the hands of workers under Kurt's watchful guidance. Each brushstroke, each gentle spray of cleaning solution, was performed deliberately, creating a tactile rhythm that filled the workshop with quiet, immersive sounds. Subscribe now to follow every step of this incredible transformation, as the plane gradually shifted from abandoned relic to a gleaming piece of aviation history. The team prepared to tow the aircraft onto a truck, the ropes guided carefully by Kurt, ensuring that every movement preserved the fragile integrity of the body. Slow pans captured the effort, emphasizing the subtle metallic creaks and the soft reflections of light across the scratched surfaces. Once in the workshop, the process of deep cleaning began in earnest. Wings, tail fins, and fuselage panels were washed, scrubbed, and polished with painstaking care. Rust remover hissed gently as it was applied, and the engine cowling was meticulously degreased by 5 workers under Kurt Waldemar Tank's supervision. Every macro shot captured the precise movements of hands brushing, spraying, and wiping surfaces, emphasizing the ASMR-friendly cadence of the restoration. The cockpit interior was addressed next, with dust cleared from the gauges, wiring carefully reconnected, and seats scrubbed to remove years of grime. The engineer ensured that all mechanical linkages, including the wing flaps and landing gear, were free of debris and smoothly operational. Workshop tools, metallic surfaces, and spray machines provided the subtle backdrop, and the FOCH soft lighting highlighted each detail without distraction. The next stage focused on mechanical rebuilding and refinishing. The Fw-190's engine, a critical piece of its legendary ferocity in the skies, was removed for thorough inspection. 5 workers carefully wiped, degreased, and polished each cylinder, while Kurt Waldemar Tank checked alignment and torque with slow, deliberate movements. Rusted rivets along the fuselage were replaced one by one, and hydraulic lines were lubricated to ensure precise operation. Macro pans captured the tactile satisfaction of bolts turning, spray mist settling on polished metal, and the soft hum of water and lubricant. The aircraft's undercarriage was polished, tested, and greased to perfection, emphasizing the tactile, almost hypnotic rhythm that ASMR restoration videos are renowned for. Body panels were sanded and primed, carefully prepared for the glossy red coat that would restore the aircraft's iconic luster. As the painting began, the 5 workers moved in harmony, spraying the fuselage, tail fin, and wings in smooth, even coats. Kurt ensured each surface received the proper coverage, guiding the hands and eyes of the team with years of expertise. Macro shots revealed droplets of paint forming on the surface, creating a tactile, visually satisfying texture. Every layer of primer and paint was followed by sanding and inspection, emphasizing the careful attention to detail required to achieve a flawless finish. Spray machines and metallic tools provided subtle visual and auditory cues, reinforcing the ASMR quality. In this stage, subscribe again to experience every careful motion and hear every satisfying brush, spray, and polish that brings the Glossy Red Focke-Wulf Fw 190A8 1944 back to life. Following the painting, polishing began. The fuselage, wings, tail fin, propeller hub, and engine cowling were all brought to a mirror-like shine. Kurt Waldemar Tank and the 5 workers worked in unison, checking reflections, aligning surfaces, and ensuring every detail was flawless. Cockpit components were reinstalled, harnesses tightened, gauges polished, and seats secured. The canopy was carefully replaced, bolts tightened, and every instrument verified for perfect operation. ASMR-friendly sounds echoed subtly through the workshop, metallic clicks, soft brushes, and the gentle hiss of spray machines, while slow camera pans captured every reflective surface and tactile motion. The final assembly brought all components together seamlessly. Wings were reattached, tail rudder bolted into place, and the propeller blades aligned precisely. Engine checks were conducted, bolts retightened, and hydraulic systems tested for smooth operation. Every ASMR moment was highlighted. The rotation of propeller hubs, the hum of the engine at idle, the soft squeak of seat harnesses, and the delicate reflection checks on the polished fuselage. Kurt Waldemar Tank guided the team with steady hands, ensuring that no detail was overlooked. Macro shots, circular pans, and slow horizontal sweeps reinforced the immersive tactile experience for viewers. Once fully assembled, the Glossy Red Focke-Wulf Fw 190A8 1944 was carefully moved to the workshop runway. 5 workers and Kurt positioned it, checking wing alignment, nose position, and propeller function. Engine idle tests produced a low hum that resonated subtly, perfectly captured for ASMR enjoyment. Each reflective surface was brushed lightly, wings checked for smooth operation, and the tail fin polished to a flawless sheen. The workshop, now transformed into a cinematic studio, glowed under soft FOCH lighting, highlighting the meticulous care and dedication that brought this legendary aircraft back from neglect. The smooth, tactile motions of brush, cloth, and spray were emphasized in every frame, creating an immersive sensory experience. The cinematic reveal began with a slow drone pan over the restored Glossy Red Focke-Wulf Fw 190A8 1944, wings fully extended, fuselage gleaming, and engine ready to roar. Kurt Waldemar Tank stood beside his team, observing the aircraft from multiple angles, ensuring every surface, every reflection, and every mechanical system was perfect. Wide shots captured the scale and presence of the aircraft, while close-ups highlighted the tactile polishing, propeller alignment, and cockpit instrumentation. The subtle ASMR sounds of soft brushing, metallic clicks, and gentle engine hum created a meditative auditory backdrop, rewarding viewers who had followed the complete restoration journey. Every frame celebrated both the engineering brilliance of the Fw 190 and the skillful care of Kurt and his team. As the final moments unfolded, the camera slowly circled the aircraft, capturing reflections in the polished fuselage, the gleaming propeller blades, and the aerodynamic perfection of the wings. The team took a step back, and the aircraft, now fully restored to its Glossy Red Focke-Wulf Fw 190A8 1944 glory, stood ready for its first cinematic roll along the runway. The ASMR focus remained intact. Every brushstroke, bolt turn, and reflective surface emphasized in slow, satisfying detail. The restoration was complete, showcasing not only the aircraft's iconic design, but also the calm, immersive rhythm of tactile work, highlighted by the precision and vision of Kurt Waldemar Tank. For viewers, this restoration video offers more than a visual spectacle. It provides an intimate, ASMR-driven exploration of engineering, craftsmanship, and historical reverence. The restored Glossy Red Focke-Wulf Fw 190A8 1944 now shines with the intensity and ferocity it once commanded in the skies, capturing the imagination of aviation enthusiasts, history lovers, and ASMR fans alike. The cinematic runway shots, combined with slow, tactile restoration visuals, deliver an unforgettable sensory journey. As the final sequence fades, a hint of anticipation is left for the next project. The team teases the restoration of another legendary aircraft, promising even more immersive ASMR moments, historical depth, and engineering mastery in the upcoming video. This aircraft was well known for its speed, firepower, and durability, and proved to be a key fighter for the German Air Force in 1944.